Yeah, you read that right, guys. There is a new MPC One among us. This is the MPC One Gen2, which sports a new paint job, plus it has more power under the hood. I know my audience, y'all gonna be like, man, not again, not another MPC. Or you're gonna say, haven't you reviewed the MPC One before? And the answer is yes, I have. A lot. A whole lot. Matter of fact, my first video reacting to the MPC One was this. In that video, I said that it might be my first MPC after years of not owning an MPC. A few weeks later, I bought it and I did this video, which was my first MPC review. In that video, I actually glazed the hell out of it because it was the first MPC that I touched in a long time, and I actually enjoyed that it didn't cost a whole bunch of money. And if you discovered me that way, then I apologize for the terrible quality. Man, my videos look very bad back then. Thank God everything has been stepped up. A year later, AKAI would double down on the MPC One, this time a retro version, and I would go on to glaze that one too. 2 years after that, the MPC One Plus would be announced, and you guessed it, I glazed the hell out of it, mostly because they added Bluetooth support and Wi-Fi. It was the first time that I could talk about using an iPad with an MPC without having so much real estate taken away from me on my desk. Full disclosure, AKAI did send this MPC to me, so you know, you can take my commentary, my review with a grain of salt. You know, I understand how things are right now, but the link will be in the description box if you're interested. Yes, the link in the description box does help support this channel at no additional cost to you. So who is this for? Probably these guys. Yeah. These guys right here, the MPC sample owners, they can definitely benefit from it. Unlike the MPC sample, this has the full-on OS, which allows you to go through multiple tracks. You can record multiple tracks, and you can record and do the exact same things that you could do on the MPC sample. Funny enough, the MPC sample pads are marginally smaller than the MPC One Gen2s or any of the existing MPC ones on the market. But what about the people that already own an MPC One? Will they notice any differences? Is there anything spec-wise that could change what you want to do with your MPC One that you have from before? The answer is yes. Mentioning that the Gen 2 MPC One has 4 gigs of RAM would be grasping for straws. Technically, it has the same engine as the MPC Live 3 and the XL, but it doesn't have the MPCE pads like the MPCs that we know right now. Let me know how you feel about that in the comments, because I'm curious. Looking at the ins and outs of the back of the unit, you can see it shares similarities to all the older MPCs, except the Gen 2s have USB Type-C support, which makes it great for connecting to your iPad directly, leaving no latency or giving you a reason to be inside of your DAW. See what I did there? I know you guys are interested in hearing what this thing sounds like. All right, let me lock in real quick. I'm gonna do a pad test and a sound test at the same time. Huh? I messed up. As you can tell, I mean, sounds good, and all that's dependent on how well that you, you know, mix your stuff or whatever the case may be. It's not, no machine can fix if you have a bad mix or any of that stuff. You know, I'm pretty sure someone will say it in the comment section. This project, I actually did this on the MPC XL, truth be told. The whole time is working the exact same way. One thing I can say about the pads are the exact same size and they feel about the same as the MPC ones of old. You know, if I was to give an opinion, the sound, it sounds pretty much like the MPC One has always sounded. You know, take that, leave that with a grain of salt. You know, I'm just giving you guys some feedback here. One of the things I do like about the MPC One design, since it hasn't changed much, is it has a lot of buttons. It had more buttons than the MPC Live 2. and the MPC Live. And the one other thing is that it has a headphone jack, and I know it's a little dark in here. It has a headphone jack on the front, and it's a 3.5 millimeter, and it has an SD card slot. If your first modern day MPC was the Sample, then these will feel familiar to you because it has a data wheel right here, and then you have the Q-Links. Now the Q-Links are endless encoders, and they are weighted. They have a lot of weight to them, and when you touch on the Q-Links, even though you can turn this off, you get the information for which Q-Link controls what part of the function. Speaking of functions, the one that I care about the most happens to be the USB Type-C, because I want to get busy in Reason and make a beat. Let's hook it up via Type-C. Connect your MPC One to your favorite DAW of choice. You can sync in. If you want to send MIDI CC to any of your 2nd gen MPCs, well, all you have to do is just double tap on your menu button and then navigate to MIDI sync. And then from there, you can turn some things on, but what's most important, if you want to send sync, you want to send MMC. So you need to click on that and have that on. In hindsight of that, if you want to use it as a MIDI controller, then you need to pull up the MIDI. So once you pull up a MIDI track, then you need to go ahead and assign a port. So I'll assign USB MIDI port 1, and now I have control over the DAW. Let me go ahead and show you. So not only do I have control over this track, if I want to mess with drums and whatnot, it is also synced to my MPC's external. So you can see that the BPM is really fast. If I was to adjust the BPM inside of my MPC, then it will be slow. So this is, you see what I'm saying? There's a whole lot I can show you, but I think it'll be best to just go ahead and cook up. I'll sample Rainwater, which is a harp player, but not like how you think. I'll use this fire plugin by XLN Audio called Life to chop things up and control it with the MPC One Gen2. So this is the basics of the chops that I have so far. And when I incorporate the DAW, it just makes the workflow cool because, dude, I can just press start and then just continue to make the process easier on me. And then I have the bass. If I had to fix anything, I'll just go into the DAW itself and fix it. Like, for an example, I don't like how certain things are dragging. It seems like I didn't record on time. And, you know, I ain't no dedicated Reason user. I could just figure it out from here. If I need to, I can press play start. And it's practically perfect, you know, because play does what it's supposed to play. It's supposed to continuously play, and then play start. The only thing I haven't got is the overdub and record, which I'm pretty sure I did something wrong in the settings. If I wanted to, I can just add some new tracks, add a whole bunch of audio tracks. I'll go into advanced, then I go to audio over here, and then set up a few tracks, and I can set up the inputs of the DAW. But I'm not gonna hold you. Pros and cons. Well, it's nice to see that the MPC One got a refresh. It'd been nice to have the MPC E pads. I can't remember the name for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, MPC E pads, you know, maybe the sequencer or whatnot, but then it kind of takes away from the purpose of the MPC Live 3 and the MPC XL. I know, you know, some people want that, but hey, look, man, you can't get everything for a budget price, right? At least that's how I feel. I don't know. You leave a comment below, and I appreciate you for watching. And big shout out to Rainwater for the contribution.